We would like to welcome everybody here today. We would like to say bienvenue, Bindi Ganiwe, Mayo Nakshakdak, to those who are attending in person here today and to those who are joining us via live stream. I would now like to introduce you to Daniel Gagne, our Senior Manager of Indigenous Relations. There you go.
Thanks, Dina. Oops. I'd like to first begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather today is Treaty 9 territory, and the traditional territories of Long Lake 58 First Nation, Ganogaming First Nation, Aralan First Nation, and Nimbagu Zagiigan First Nation, and the home of the citizens of the Métis Nation of Ontario. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thanks.
Stay here. Okay, so I would now like to welcome Knowledge Keeper Andrea Onabigan, who will offer a prayer and a song. Andrea is coming.
Oh, hello, bonjour. Bonjour, Kanawea, the way Magnaduck. Semangi min gomo janaman, the Nakomian Minoa. Natamga Nagom Mishomsik. Mishomsik is our grandfathers, and when we say our prayers, we ask our grandfathers to be a part of what we're doing. What we're doing here today is a very significant part of our territory here in Greenstone. Aha. Gishpan we ni buyok. I'm a little bit lost here. Which way is the east direction? This way? This way? This way? Okay. Because we start with the first direction. Wabanong. Bojonok besnanek mishom senanek gejebal nan kwenin dishnakas. Na ha mi gwech wegishka kamin chiang. Mi gwech kinegego mat gatek da abjetoang wewena jabemad siang ama. Wemadegen manwa wemigen. O kinamo gayawat wika bishawat chigamak minwa nishnabe gamak. Gejebal nan kwenin dishnakas makwando dem. Andreo nabigan nin de wapskim dijnikas. Ngwech ma gjem ne do nongom de nama an awe minuanka wapskim. Mi gwech gjem ne do kinige gon gajetoyen. Mi gwech ni mishomis gizes gibewase jayin nongom. Mi gwech nokamis de biki gizes gibewase jayin in de bakak. Mi gwech a kikwe gimin shang bimad zuen. Gimin chiang mijam, gimin chiang nibe, gimin chiang nesewen. We sank. Minoa gimin chiang nesewen. Seman in the bagdana, giwait nong, jawan nong, minon and gabi nong. Na the motion jamishku gabuyan, minoa jazong de an mi gwach gishamni do. So I asked for the Creator to do the translations, and the translation to that prayer is, thank you, Creator, for all that you have created. Thank you, Grandfather Sun, for shining upon us today. Thank you, Grandmother Moon, for shining on us at night. Thank you, Mother Earth, for giving us life, for giving us food, for giving us water, for giving us the animals, and for giving us breath. I offer the tobacco to the north, east, south, and the west. Help me to stand strong and to have a strong heart. Thank you, Creator. Aha, miigwech.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to actually speak later and say thank you to everyone later, but I did want to, on behalf of the Greenstone Mine and Equinox Gold and the partners, Orion as well, offer a gift to our First Nations partners, and as they speak, I'd like to hand that out. I did want to give you a bit of an explanation of what we are actually giving here. These are hand-chosen and delivered from northern Brazil. And it has a very significant importance to us as a group. That was the first mine we built as a company in 2018 and 19, and it's been a huge success for the local communities and our partners there, and for the country and for the company. And I think it's a great example of what we want to do here, and it's just a small token of our appreciation. And these are little pieces of art craft from the northern part of Brazil that we hand brought, and it was very difficult to bring them on the planes here. So we hope you appreciate those, and we'll treasure those. And we just want to hand them out to you as you speak, or after you speak. So I just wanted to explain it once, but only once. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Christian. It brings me great pleasure to now introduce you to Eric Lamontagne, General Manager of Greenstone Mine. And Andrea, I think that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful what you did. Thank you. Thank you. There you go.
Thanks, Dina. Oh, 10 years, it's long. But we are here today. Wow. In celebration of today's ceremony, we thought it only fitting to have a video that demonstrates the importance of Greenstone Mine's local team. We hope you will enjoy it.
What does it take to strike into the heart of the North and build something new? To create growth, opportunity, and a lasting legacy? It takes a united community and a world-class team with a common vision for the future. The Greenstone region in northern Ontario, Canada, has a rich history of mining. More than 4 million ounces of gold was mined from multiple underground mines in the region between 1930 and 1970. Greenstone Mine is writing the next chapter in the region's mining legacy. At Greenstone Mine, our vision is to be a world-class gold producer, mining resources in a way that provides long-term benefits for Indigenous and local communities and businesses with a focus on environment and social responsibility. The mine will produce more than 5 million ounces of gold over its projected 15-year lifespan. After years of groundwork and assessments, the excitement is palpable as we break ground and begin the construction phase. With the on-site team growing by the week, robust health and safety standards are of paramount importance. This is vital not only for the safety of our workforce, but also for the general public and surrounding communities. Greenstone Mine is committed to environmentally responsible mining, respecting the land and contributing to the sustainability of the region in a positive manner. Our environmental team and monitoring programs play a critical role in this endeavor. Greenstone Mine is committed to fostering a workplace culture of excellence, teamwork, integrity, and accountability as we continue to engage and build partnerships with the surrounding communities. We have a social responsibility to invest in this great region by providing long-term and rewarding employment opportunities for local Indigenous communities, the municipality of Greenstone, local businesses, and the region as a whole. We are writing the best chapter in the region's rich mining history and creating a legacy in which we're all proud to play a part.
We hope you enjoyed the video. We are proud to our local team. In fact, few of them are with us since 14 years. On this day, October 27, 14 years ago, Tom and Randy started with us. Randy and Tom, 14 years, amazing. I'm very proud to be here today for this groundbreaking ceremony. I would like to begin by acknowledging a person who many years ago had the vision to amalgamate and explore this property in great depth. That person is Iwan Downey. Through thousands and thousands of meters of diamond drilling, Iwan and his premier gold mine team were able to develop a preliminary economic assessment that led the way to the future of Greenstone Mine. Iwan, we are very pleased that you are here today joining us for this ceremony. Thanks for this amazing vision. Thanks to hire me in 2013 and give me a chance to be here today. I would like to mention that we received an unconditional support during the project mine development. Some people, for me, it was unconditional support. Here I think about, at the beginning, Abe Shirkus, think about Steve Filipovic, think about John Begman. These three guys with this support all the time will not be here today for this groundbreaking ceremony. Impossible. I will say thanks for all of three and all of the other to support us during all of this year. Our owners, Equinox Gold and Orion Mine Finance, Ross, Christian, Idzvan, and Zombo. Since the first minute, we saw your passion for this project. Principally you, Ross. We are very happy to join your family and share the same vision. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to acknowledge His Honorable Greg Redford, Minister of Northern Development, Mine, Natural Resource and Forestry, and Minister of Indigenous Affairs. It's a long title, a lot of responsibility. We recognize the personal involvement that Minister Redford and his staff had on the Greenstone Mine file. In particular, the assistance in approval of environment assessment and its acceptance of the mine closure plan. We thank very much you, Mr. Redford. The Greenstone team. I would like to say how grateful I am to lead this unique and competent team since the beginning. With them, I never worry. As you know, things happen. Greenstone team. Finally, all of this success story will be impossible without the local community support. With respect, trust, engagement with each other, this support become a partnership over time. I will say thanks to Mayor Beaulieu, Council, and local citizens. I will say thanks to Long Lake 58 First Nation, Chief Desmoulins, Council, and community member. Thank you to AZD, Chief Nelson, Council, and community member. Thank you to Orion First Nation, Chief Twedo, Council, and community member. Thank you to Genogaming First Nation, Chief Taylor. Thank you, Council and community member. And thank you to Greenstone Métis Council of Métis Nation of Ontario and their council and citizen. Thank you, God. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce you the Mayor Renal Beaulieu. To say a few words. Renal, just before you come here, I will switch a bit in French. Because avec le temps, Renal, on a développé une relation très forte ensemble, tout début de ce projet-là. Puis je voudrais vraiment te remercier pour tout ce que tu as fait depuis le début pour supporter notre développement. Merci.
I don't like how Eric finished it because I'm very soft with when I'm being told words like that because I do get emotional. But thank you, Eric. Thank you very much for your kind words. But first, I want to say that I got to be excited because I am excited. So I got to be excited about this. So that's definitely something that's important for me. I would like to say welcome to all the chiefs that are here. You've been named quite a few times, and I know that that is so important for us working together. And I'll say thank you for the support, the Métis Association, There's no doubt about that. Also, Minister, but I'll say Greg, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've been there. You've always been willing to help when it was the right time, and that's what's important. So again, I want to say thank you, and thank you for being here. I think that's so important for us. I'm kind of repeating some of the words and the people, but it's important to do it because one that I have to say that, and again, I know his name came up, and I'm going to mention Ewan Downey. Wow. Remember Ewan, that's the first time you and I talked about this project, and it's, yes, it's, I mean, I look at it today and I'm like, good Lord, I can't even believe what I'm seeing. But Ewan, you had a vision, and I commend you for it. And I'm going to tell you, Ewan, you and now Equinox and everyone, you will make a difference in our community here in Greenstone. It will make a huge difference. That's so important for us. So I just want to talk a little bit about, for those that are listening, how sometimes in life, we've went through some up and downs here. Like this all started, it was Premier Gold, and then the hype of the Ring of Fire came in. And we were told to back off a little bit with Premier and concentrate on the Ring of Fire. And that's already been, and I think it was mentioned, you mentioned 14 years. For me, it's about 12 years that this all started, where we were really getting into it. And to think that 12 years later, it's a long time, but it isn't a long time now that I look at what has to be done and the relationships that have to be built to get to where we are. I think that's what we have to recognize, is that it's not just building a house, is you're looking at the environment, you're looking at everything out there. So for the citizens of Greenstone that are listening and the people on the outskirts, I'm going to tell you that this is why it's important to always have a positive attitude about your community. I am one, and I'm going to say this, I've been almost 23 years as mayor in this area. I've seen downs, I've seen closures, I've come in and seen reopenings. Today, this announcement to me is one of the biggest achievements that this municipality could see coming forward for us. I think we should be so proud. And I know you are, because you know what? The citizens of Greenstone, and I know that Eric mentions it, and I know that others have said it, our citizens here have been just out of the ordinary to be able to work with the company, move forward, and help us make things happen. Because if you don't, it's just not going to happen. And you mentioned something, I think Eric also mentioned something about, he's got three people that were key to him to keep this. Well, that's how it is for a municipality. If we pull together, we work together. And I'm going to tell you, when I see here, like all of us here as First Nations, ourselves as a municipality, wow, what an opportunity for our people, your people, for everyone to come together, create real jobs for our grandkids, for the future of for the future of everyone. So now I am saying to you, this is one. There's more to come, because we know, and I'm sure the minister will or Greg will mention it, but the Ring of Fire is definitely something that I look at is not for me, but for the future. And we need to look at that. So I think as a municipality, yes, I have to say, so far, Ewan, you've put, from what you've done, from Greenstone to everyone else, now Equinox, the people have been just amazing working with us as a municipality, and that's key. And we want to show you pride in the way we will represent your company and make sure that Greenstone is going to be a success for your mine. Because at the end of the day, it's all good to have a mine, but there is one thing. Money has to be made. There's got to be a profit here. And you know what, everybody? It's not a sin to say that there is a profit in the mine. Let's encourage it, because if you encourage it, you will see prosperity in your community. So with all that, I want to say again, thank you. Miigwech, and I'm going to say it in a few words in French. Je veux juste dire à tous mes collègues en coq, c'est que ce projet était est tellement important pour la municipalité de Greenstone. Mais ce qui est important, c'est de voir le support qui a été donné par l'industrie qui est ici, qui travaille avec nous autres, avec des gens comme Eric, avec des gens comme Ewan, avec des gens comme Christian, avec des gens qu'on a travaillé avec, qui sont vraiment ici pour voir le développement de notre communauté. Et nous, comme citoyens, il faut être capable de redonner, il faut être capable de supporter, il faut être capable d'encourager, il faut être capable de faire tout ce qui est possible, d'aider à cette compagnie d'avoir du succès. Parce que si la compagnie elle a du succès, nous, on va avoir du succès. Un profit, c'est pas péché de faire du profit à la fin de la journée. So with that being said, I want to say again, thank you to everyone that is here. Thank you for your support. And let's make Greenstone gold. And you know what? Think about it. It's called Greenstone Gold. I remember talking about that when you had that contest, Eric, a few years back. And wow, was I ever proud to see that the name, imagine, they chose Greenstone Gold. That's, it's kind of good for us as citizens to see that this company is dedicated to our community and calling it and choosing that name, because there could have been a lot of other choices, I'm sure. So again, Ross, I got to say one thing about Ross also. I know how you were excited about the first time we met back in April, I believe, Ross, and you came in here with your company, Equinox. And I hear you again talk about how you want to see this project move along. That's the kind of people we need around Greenstone. Thank you very much, Ross, for your support also. So thank you. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Thank you.
It's a new reality.
Sorry about that. Maybe I should have earmuffs too. Merci beaucoup, Eric.
Je pense qu'on va s'en revoir dans 2 ans. Thanks, Mayor Beaulieu. Next, I would like to call Chief Julie Desmoulins to say a few words on behalf of Long Lake 58.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Oh, it's so cold. Yeah, I'd like to just say this is a really awesome day. And when we were getting our instructions to attend today through email, like when I first got the invitation, I thought, okay, this is a day that, it's a good day to dress up. It's a good day to put on our traditional outfits and really honor this day. And then more emails came in. And okay, you're going to have to wear steel toe boots, and you're going to have to wear a hard hat, you're going to have to wear some gloves. And I thought, okay, how am I going to look with my traditional outfit with all this stuff on? But I guess starting a new fashion maybe, I don't know. I actually just got home this morning. I was adamant to get here today. I was actually in Ottawa yesterday. And I rented a vehicle, and lo and behold, yesterday morning when I was going to leave at 6 a.m., I had a flat tire. So that set me back like 4 hours, so I didn't end up making it all the way home. I slept somewhere partway last night and got up early and made it here. Yeah, so I thought it was really important to be here today. Like so many other people, there's just so much that has happened over the years, to come to this day. And, we had to deal, I'm sure my fellow chiefs also had to deal with this, with our own members, because the land is so precious to us. And, we want to make sure that, we wanted to make sure that everything was done right. The mayor said, there's profits to be made, but for us, the land is really important. Besides the money that's to be made. And yes, our communities need to benefit from this. And so we all saw it fit that we get in right from the beginning to be part of this whole development. And, it is a real key to our communities to get in a better place. It's no... I guess it's no secret what our people are going through. And, I just want to acknowledge while I have the chance, to acknowledge all those that have been to the residential schools and those that did not make it home, back to their families. So I just want to make sure I mention that today. And part of this whole piece, and if you don't know, Long Lake 58 is... we're in negotiations with our land claim, settling a land claim. And part of our land claim is what we call Part D. And Part D of that is sustaining that whatever agreement we come to, whatever treaty agreement we come to, it's that whole sustainability piece. We want to ensure that it's just not going to be, an agreement on paper. It has to be really meaningful and sustainable. And so as we're going through our land claim negotiation process, we see this opportunity now as one of those sustaining pieces to our endeavors. And so it was really important to get on board with this partnership and forming these relationships. The mayor was just 2 kilometers up the road. But, this project really has brought us together, got us talking, and, and so, that's part of all this. That's part of what this did, is made our whole area much stronger. And same with my fellow chiefs that are here today. Like I said, it's no secret what's happening in our communities. From many of our people feeling the effects of the history here in Canada. So, we had given an invitation to our Prime Minister to be here today, but I was going to say earlier I wasn't in Ottawa helping him do the shuffle or anything, but I was doing something else. But we understand that he's busy. So, but I'm asking Minister Rickford to carry the message, to encourage him to ask us how we want to be helped. This is one prime example. And we need the laws and the policies and the guidelines to go along with all of these processes to make all of this more sustainable for our communities. We're here today, and like I mentioned, our land. We're here to honor the gold, and all what the gold is going to bring for all of us that live in this local area. And not only our local area. Now I hear large numbers of people that are going to come in to work in this area. So there's lots of benefits that we can reap during this time. But I also want to caution everybody that bringing in extra people also brings in extra issues also. So again, with our First Nations, with everything that we already struggle with, it's an extra added layer. It's an extra piece that we have to make sure that we prepare for. And again, I just want to mention our, missing an Indigenous woman and children. So we're conscious of all this as all this development happens in our area. So we don't want anything more to be complicated by this whole development. But it's truly an honor to have worked with Eric and others. I don't know where Dan is, but there you are. It's really good to form these really good relationships, and and someone mentioned we have our ups and downs, but as we form our relationships, we get through those things, and so we're all able to stand here today and stand here together. So I'm going to put on this helmet. I didn't wear my headpiece today because I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to be able to wear my headpiece and put a helmet on top. But I just want to show that, you know, in my traditional outfit, you know, we can work together. We can be together. I can put these on and this on and be and show that we can do this together. Okay, and before I finish, you know, for lots of our way of recognizing each other is we get feathers, and I've emptied my pouch a few times, and feathers are piling up again. So what we do is we give out. What we do is we share these feathers. And so if somebody can come on behalf of Equinox Gold and accept. Okay, and here's in light of our relationship.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. And Eric, like, again, for all of our, so it's Eric and I who fight a lot and work things out, but we get through things every time. So here's one for you. And Mayor Bolio. And the other two I'm going to keep. No, this is so we don't fight ever.
Thank you very much.
So I have one that I have to keep on to. It's I have to give this to a youth. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to say is you know, it was really nice to be come here and, you know, just be with everybody to celebrate this day. But you know, I had my most inspiring moment when I first walked up to the building and I saw two of our members, you know, and they ran up to me and, you know, told me what they were doing. You know, this is what makes it all worth it. Yeah. So, miigwech.
Next, it will be Chief Teresa Nelson from EZD. Please come for a few words, Chief Nelson.
Alrighty. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I had a speech and I left it somewhere in the other building. That's okay. I probably wouldn't have read it anyway. What an amazing day. Groundbreaking for something that we've been waiting for so long. It's incredible. We've been working for this for so long now. And I too remember you and from the Wolf Den days. It's been a long haul. And, you know, listening to Judy and hearing that that proud moment where she's seen her members, and we had the same experience where, you know, they see your council coming in and your members come running up to you. That's something I'll never forget. Something that makes this project so worthwhile. And, you know, I too, you know, was in your office and we shared that vision, you know, so many years ago. And it's incredible to see it now, to be part of this groundbreaking celebration. It's amazing. And to have the agreement that we have, it's going to benefit our communities tenfold. I mean, for AZA, it's going to bring our community back together again. And I don't think people actually realize how important that is for us, because we don't have a community right now. So we're pulling people in, young families, people that we want to bring home, people with children, you know, so we're going to have a healthy community because this mine is opening. And it's what we had planned for the last 30 years. And for this to come into fruition is just simply incredible for us. It's a dream come true. It really is. And to be part of something so intense and so amazing with the other First Nations. Judy, you're correct in saying we've never been stronger. We really haven't. And it's only going to get bigger. You know, this is the first step in something that is going to be creating something huge. The first step. You know, I always use this as an analogy, I guess, for my council and my staff, that, okay, we have 22 years to find the next big thing. Let's get to it. This is just the first step, right? You know, because we have to find the next big thing. You have a 22-year time frame. And, you know, you have to start today to find the next big thing. And even though we know that there's going to be other mines, I would imagine, like you said, the Ring of Fire, there's got to be more to it. And I think together we're going to find it and we're going to build. We have to use this as a catalyst and we have to build. And I think that we have to really generate opportunities, generate as much revenue as we can, and work together. And I think we have the right people in place, and we have the right ideas. We developed Monotament. I just want to acknowledge John Glover. He's here with us today. Thank you for your hard work. And we can only make things better. We can. And, you know, everything's not perfect, but we can sure try to make it perfect. And we're living proof of it. AZA came from nothing. And in this short while, we have a reserve. We're starting to develop. We're going to have houses, and we have a lot more people coming home. And that's an establishment. And we're partners in a gold mine. Now that's a good news story right there. So I just thank you for letting us be a part of this. It's a monumental day for us. And miigwech.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Nelson. I would like to invite now Chief Taylor to come for say a few words.
These masks. Okay, I wrote my notes on my phone, just so I wouldn't forget some important things that need to be said. Good afternoon, everybody. Wapshke Nimki Benesikoid Nindishkaz, Chief Sherry Taylor of Ganugami. It is my great honor and pleasure to attend the long-awaited groundbreaking ceremony taking place on the traditional territories of Ganugami, Long Lake 58, Ireland, and Nimbit Go Zagigan First Nations. It's on Treaty 9. It is indeed a happy occasion. I wish to acknowledge the staff, leadership, past and present, knowledge keepers for their hard work, dedication, and a lot of the sacrifices that were made today, because our community deserves to have a future that we can build upon. We have future generations to look after. As our fellow chiefs have said, Chief Judy, it's not only about money, and I know that it's a reason why we have the mine up and running and get this going. But as Anishinaabe people, the land has no price, the land and the water, and we want to make sure that those are going to be taken care of and cared for and respected. As you know, you may have heard, Ganugumeen has a protection of land that's out there, Wisnizagan area. And this needs to be protected for our children and our families that go out to use this land. And, this is the reason why it's so important for us to be involved from the beginning. Because we have to be able to let industry and government know there are some things that we need to have protected, and there are things that we need to have done the way that we would like it to be cared for. So, it's important for us to be here at the beginning. And, it's a very exciting time. There's a lot of opportunity for our people. And I'd like to acknowledge all of that. We have Minodabin, John Glover, who's worked so hard for our communities. And I just like to say thank you for giving us this opportunity. We have, so much of our children and our future generations to come that will depend on this to be there for them. And there's so much more opportunity to come, and I'm very happy with that. And I'd just like to say thank you for all of our First Nations, Eric and Equinox and the mayor for being here, and acknowledge our...
Thank you, Chief Taylor. I would like now to invite to say a few words Chief Twedo from Ireland First Nation.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the drum and the song and my fellow chiefs. Thank you for your words. Very touching. Touched on a lot of areas that need to be said. And yesterday we had a ceremony smudging. That was so very, very touching. And that's very important to do. And today is very exciting. We finally got here. And so I'll start off by saying bonjour on behalf of Ireland First Nation. Welcome to the Treaty 9 territory of Anim Bigo Zagig and Nishnabek, Ganugumeen First Nation, Long Lac 58 First Nation. So I'm thrilled to be here today with our First Nation partners, Minister Rickford, Greenstone Gold Mines, Equinox, Orion, and all levels of government to officially break groundbreaking on the Greenstone Mine. This project has been a long time coming. Today is an important day for all of us, but especially for our communities. Our First Nations have been deeply involved in this project since the beginning. For thousands of years, this land we stand on has been cared for and relied upon for our people, for food, medicine, and everything we need to live healthy lives. Much has changed since mining and other industries came to our communities. But we always remember and recognize our connection with this land. Today, these lands can provide for our people in new ways and bring much to our communities. We have worked closely with Greenstone Gold Mines to make sure these are strong environmental protection measures in place throughout the life of the mine. These include cleaning up historical tailings near the lake and community environmental monitors. This mine is creating a generational opportunity for our people to access good jobs close to our First Nations. Our people will be able to live and work in their homelands close to their families. This begins with giving our community members the training they need to succeed. We have started this important work through the Minuteman Indigenous Workforce Development Program, but there is still more to be done. This is a very exciting time for Airland First Nation and for the region. We are excited to work with all our partners to make a world-class project and maximize opportunities for Indigenous people. Chimiigwech. And thank you, Eric. We finally got here after all those. And thank you, my fellow chiefs, Chimiigwech, and everybody else that's been involved. This is awesome. Very, very exciting day.
Thank you, Chief Twedo. Next will be Métis Nation Ontario, Mr. Gordon. Like to come.
Okay. Frozen. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a real honor for me here to be here today. It's been long awaited, and working with Eric all these years, it's been a pleasure, and I'm very honored to be here. The Greenstone Métis Council has been with MNO since its formation in 1996 and before. Our council is a collaborator, willing to work with others to promote the common good of the entire Greenstone area and do our utmost to keep things going toward the future. Mighty and many items fall on our agenda among resources like our forests and mineral roads and bridges, and where the duty to consult is triggered. Excuse me, I'm kind of frozen here. Orion and Equinox has not been a beacon of light towards the future of all proponents. They see the advantage of being of consultation and have been great partners since they have come online. We truly have enjoyed working with Cheryl and all of their staff. The whole of Greenstone, the entire region, is going to benefit from this project. The amount of new phases I see are very uplifting. On the future, I see a lot of new young people coming in town through the ranks with drive, education, and commitment in meeting for consultation on all the lands and the Great Lakes. This younger generation of people are both Indigenous and non-Indigenous. They are so impressive, they leave me with a sense of hope that I never thought would have come to the region. But it's because of all the people coming together and using the common goals and attitudes, they make us all that much stronger. Merci, Miigwech. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon. And next will be, I will like to invite Christian Milo, CEO of Equinox Gold. Please, Christian.
I was thinking about changing this for sort of a dance session or something to warm everyone up, but you don't want to see me dance, so I will say some words. And I did prepare a few words. There's so many people to thank in that. I was here last week, and this week my first visit was in February, and I still remember that. That was even colder than this. But it's just been such a welcoming time, and I have to admit, just walking around this week and recognizing faces and smiles and that, it's been just a joy for us. So welcome, everyone. Bindigan Kinawea, bonjour, and thank you for joining us all here today. I do want to say a special thank you to Knowledge Keeper Onabigan for your prayer and song. Thank you, Chief Taylor, for your support. Thank you, Chief Nelson, as well, Chief Toedo, Chief Desmoulins, and Mr. Gordon. We really appreciate your support here. And Mayor Olia, I thank you for your welcome. You recognize my face now in the crowd, which is fantastic. So hopefully you'll see me here quite often, because this is going to be an exciting time. As well, Mr. Rickford, I appreciate you making the effort. It was a tough journey today, but you made it all the way. So thank you very much. And I do want to acknowledge Ross Beatty, our chairman here, and Gordon Campbell, our director, who also made their effort to come out here from a long way from the West Coast and from Ottawa. Really appreciate seeing you guys in the crowd, and Orion Mine Finance, our partner. And I hope you guys have noticed here, Eric talks about 10 years or 14 years or whatever it is. I think what we've achieved in the first 6 months of this new partnership, when you look around here and you look at the relationships and you look at the activity, it's been a heck of a ride already, and it's just getting going. So this train is out of the station. You know, I just want to give you just a little quick background on Equinox Gold, just so you know who we are and where we're coming from, for some of you that don't know us, even for the Greenstone team, because there's so many new faces in the crowd as well. You know, we were formed at the end of 2017. Ross, myself, and a few other the senior members got together and had an idea to create one of the great gold mining companies in the world. And that's an ambitious plan, but Ross doesn't do things small, let me tell you. And one thing that we really are aiming for is excellence. We started out really with almost nothing. We had no mines. We now have 7 gold mines around the world in the Americas. We're building one in Brazil, which we hope to finish in the next couple of months here. And this is the next great big thing. So we're really excited to be here with you. And we hope that we've built a great track record in doing it and do it respectfully. One quote I do want to use, and I'm stealing it from you, Ross. You may use it later, so sorry. But Ross always says, you know, a good company rewards its shareholders. And it kind of goes back to some of this discussion of profit. But a great company looks after its employees, its contractors, the environment, the communities, the countries where it works. And, you know, we hope we're proving that, and we plan to prove that to you here too. So join us for that ride. We have a long-term vision as Equinox Gold. You know, we don't plan to be here for a short time. We really want to build one of the great gold mines here. We want to build it responsibly, with integrity, and with respect for the people and the lands where we work. Our commitment to responsible mining really comes from the top, and we talk about this at every board meeting, every quarter. You know, and so there's leadership all the way from the top. This is not just something we talk about; it's actually something we live. You know, when we want to follow the best industry practices, I think you're going to see as we help to clean up, and Eric's team's already doing a great job of planning that. But clean up some of the old tailings here. We want to make things better, leave behind something better than what we found. We also want to be a leader in terms of environmental stewardship, and we're planning ahead at every step. And when you're building a project, there's lots of opportunity. We want to be able to return the land to its closest state, to its natural identity when we're done. So we're thinking about closure, although I hope that's not for many decades to come. Right now, it's only a 14-year life, but just wait. We also plan to be an industry leader for social responsibility. We want to establish true partnerships with our Indigenous partners, with our local municipality, with all the groups that we touch on a regular basis. We want to be welcome here, and we want to collaborate. We want to be an industry leader for our workforce, too. We want everyone to be excited to work here, to be part of the family, and that's a word hopefully you're going to hear a lot about. In our values, we really do walk the walk before we talk the talk, so hopefully you'll experience that with us as well. And we want to be a leader in terms of our peer group and in the mining industry. Our ambition here is to build a top 10 gold mining company in the world, and this is going to be a cornerstone asset and one of the critical success factors in that story. And so you're all going to be part of that, and please share in that with us. And this mine has 5 million ounces of gold right now. We hope that it'll have more by the end of this journey. And this will be here for many decades, and maybe some of your children will actually work here as they grow up as well. And we hope this will be a transformative asset for this community as well. We plan to work closely over the long term with our First Nation partners from Anambigu, Zagigan, and Inishabek, Aroland. Sorry, the wind here. Ginogaming, and also Long Lake 58, and the Métis Nation of Ontario. And as well, the municipality of Greenstone. We want to realize the opportunities for education, training, employment, business ventures, and community development. And we've seen this happen in all the locations we've gone into around the world. Our goal is to ensure that the communities benefit during construction, during operations, and after the mine closure, that we leave behind a strong legacy. And as well, I'd like to thank Minister Rickford again for making your way out here. And we know obviously you have strong connections here with Northwest Ontario and visit the region regularly and have a completely solid understanding of what's happening here and of this project and what the benefits bring as well. And we look forward to working with you over the years and with other governments in Ontario as well as in the federal government as well. And look at opening up and your vision of opening up the north here. We think it's just an amazing opportunity, and we're really proud to be probably the first group in this region to really get this opportunity. And we're also really pleased to have Orion here today, and I know Istvan's going to come up and say a few words, but I think the partnership's proven to be very solid so far, and it's only been 6 months in, but look again what we've achieved so far. And looking forward to gathering with you again in 2024. It's only a short 2 years away. We're not going to take 14 years, Eric, this time. You got to get going. And we want to actually pour some gold and have you back here actually to celebrate that day as well. And we'll do it in warmer weather, I promise. So we're looking forward to getting this project underway. Eric, it's over to you and your team and all the great people that you're assembling now. Let's go. Let's build this mine. And I just want to thank everyone for also respecting all the COVID protocols that we have here, because health and safety is a critical element in mining. And actually, I think our industry has adapted very well to it, and so far has been very safe. And I'm going to turn the podium over, I believe it's to Istvan, or are you speaking next? Okay, I think Ross will come up and speak. Istvan or Ross? Istvan. Okay, Istvan, maybe if you want to come up. But thank you for joining us today. Miigwech.
Hi, everybody. And thank you, Christian. I only wanted to share a couple of thoughts. I don't want to take up too much time. I wanted to tell you a little bit about Orion. My company based in New York, we're not a mining company. We're an investment company, but all we do is partner with mining companies, good mining companies, to build responsible mines. And as such, we're a big believer that these mines can bring real benefit to all the communities, the First Nations, and of course all the other stakeholders that Christian mentioned, including the shareholders of these companies. We have successfully partnered with Canadian mining companies to build mines in many provinces, British Columbia, the Yukon, Quebec, and now Ontario. So we have seen the benefits that these mines can bring to the First Nations, the communities, generally the population, and all stakeholders. So we believe that this is a good project, and we believe that this will bring good benefits. It's also a really exciting moment because, as everybody else has mentioned, we have been supporters for a long time of the team, Eric's team, of UN, the Equinox team, and indirectly to all of you guys and this project. So it's a very exciting moment to be here. And it was really exciting to meet a lot of you for the first time especially over the last 2 years when we weren't able to travel from the United States to here. So it's a really exciting day. And finally, I wanted to say that we are really proud to be partners with Equinox and indirectly with all of you and of course Eric's team, because we have very high standards and very high expectations for how to build mines in a responsible manner. And the Equinox team has very, very high standards. They're a really good company, and it's been an absolute pleasure to work with these guys. And we believe that it is going to be a mine really well built that will serve the communities as well as the stakeholders of the companies really well. So that's all I wanted to share, and it's really exciting to be here. Thank you, guys.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ross Beatty, Chairman of Equinox Gold. Usually I go before Christian, but this time he stole all my thunder. So it'll be a little shorter. First, I want to acknowledge the First Nations partners here. You know, it's one thing to talk the talk. It's a very different thing to walk it. And you can say all you want, but unless you do the actions, it doesn't really count. So we're going to prove to you that our talk is what we walk. And in 2 years, and in 5 years, and in 15 years, I hope that you are as proud of us as we are of you. You know, and Minister Rickford, I can't again thank you enough for coming here today. It's just so great to see you in person. It's a fantastic event, and thank you so much. Your Worship, I'm so happy we're able to really get this really going properly. As I said, it's time for stopping to talk. It's time to get some action. Let's get some boots on the ground and get this mine going. You know, a mine development, it's kind of like, you know, a marriage. And I don't want to draw this analogy too far, but, you know, if you think of it, I mean, you have a kind of a honeymoon phase. Well, this honeymoon took 14 years. It's a kind of a longer than usual honeymoon. But here we are. This is the wedding day today. You know, we've got a lot of players in this wedding. We have of course, our First Nations partners, our local communities, the province of Ontario. We have our employees, our workers, all you guys who are really the people who are doing the real work to make this happen. And, you know, your team, Eric, G Mining, you guys are going to be doing the physical work to make all this talk into action. And like all marriages, especially with a complicated situation like a big mine construction, this is a $1.5 billion project. This is a very, very, very large project. Like all weddings and all marriages, you know, you have a few disagreements as you move through your marriage. And believe me, we're going to have disagreements. We're going to have lots and lots of times when we're not all on the same page. And the right solution is you talk and you solve things. And that's what I want to ask each and every one of you to do. Instead of running in a different direction, come together and talk with us. We're very approachable. We're not a huge company. We're a very, very sincere company. We want to do the right thing, and we just have to put our heads together in a room, and we'll solve our problems. And that's our commitment to you. We have high standards. We have very high standards. We want to make this mine a real example of how great a mine can be for both the environment, to make our impact here as little as possible. We recognize there's never no impact for any mine, but as little as possible. Make sure our water's looked after. The footprint is small as possible, and so on. And the reclamation is good at the end of the mine life. So the one thing about this business of mining is it can be a tremendous engine, a real engine to make things better. If you think of the money that comes out of the ground here, it's not only the money we put in. We're putting in $1.5 billion now. That's Orion's money and it's Equinox's money. That's to build something here. Well, after that, we have to see what the ground gives back to us. And, you know, we're looking at around 400,000 ounces of gold a year. That's going to generate around $800 million of value a year. And that's the engine that's going to create better roads and better schools and better hospitals and better communities, jobs for your kids, taxes for the government, returns for the shareholders. It's just, and it's going to go on for year after year after year. Most of that money will stay in Ontario. the lion's share of the money will stay in Ontario, and the lion's share will stay here for salaries and so forth. So that's the real long game that we want to see come out of this. The only way we can make it work is if we work together as a team, as a family, as a nice, happy marriage, and solve our problems by good communication. And with every hope in my heart that that will happen here, I want to just thank you all for being here with us today. Let's just take this as sort of day one of the rest of the life of this mine, and I'm just so pleased to be part of this personally, and thank you all again for being part of it as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ. We'd like to invite now Mr. Ritford to say a few words.
Thank you, Eric. Eric just asked a politician to say a few words. I wonder how that's going to go. You know, I've been watching everybody do their speeches and the pages blowing around, so I brought up a rock to keep the page down, and I was thinking, Equinox, that I'd love to come back when you produce your first gold rock, and that I'll use it to weigh the paper down, and that maybe you'll let me keep it too. That would be nice. How about Equinox Gold, the municipality of Geraldton, Greenstone, and all these fantastic Indigenous communities in Treaty 9? Let's give ourselves a hand, folks. Extraordinary day. Like you, Chief, I'm not likely to actually look at my notes. I'm so excited about what today represents. It represents an extraordinary opportunity. To steal the phrase from my friend and my neighbor and part-time resident here at least, Michael O'Flaherty, there's a new center of gravity for mining in Northern Ontario, and it's right here. Reynold, you mentioned the Ring of Fire. I believe that is very much on the horizons. But as I was saying to the chiefs earlier, the prospect, no pun intended, of the Ring of Fire will be marked by the incredible Indigenous leadership that we've seen in coming to where we are here today for this project, and many others across this province. You know, in the past 3 years, we have moved more major mining projects across a critical milestone than has been for more than 2 decades. It's a fact. And what's interesting about it is whether it's, the Cote Gold project, whether it's the Sugar Zone and the Heart Gold project, whether it's the renaissance of gold production in Koshner and Red Lake, and Dubreuil's Mangino project, they are all marked by extraordinary relationships between the province of Ontario, the Indigenous communities, a committed company with a real ethic to not just help build our communities, not camps, but communities, for the greater prosperity of this entire region. And that's what makes today's story such an incredible opportunity, not just for the Ring of Fire, but as it might be reflected across our vast region. I see an incredible opportunity here in Northern Ontario. It's an unmistakable window that I've not seen in more than a decade and a half of politics here in this province. At both the federal and the provincial level, we've never been able to come this close and look through a window of prosperity where we have great relationships between companies and communities, Indigenous leadership, and a market that is red hot, one that's asking for socially responsible mining companies and their investors, ones that's asking for world-class partnerships with Indigenous communities, one that respects labor standards, and one that offers up world-class mining services to a region. Ontario has been described recently by a number of journals as the epicenter of mining activity the world over. And so that's what it's represented today. But I couldn't have said it any better than one of the chiefs here who commented on the look in the face of those young people that they picked up the phone and got a job. And in the projects that I've had an incredible opportunity to announce with our partners, that is the real opportunity for all of us in these communities. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to talk for a couple more hours, given how warm it is up here today, but I won't. I'll tell you that I'm going to be able to put another shovel, on my wall with a great picture of leaders from across this region and for Northwestern Ontario. Renaud, we had a great opportunity to start building our community. Today, we cut the ribbon on an extraordinary emergency room and 2 chemotherapy rooms. Very important to me as a former board-certified chemotherapy nurse and a nurse that worked in Indigenous communities across this country. To see a place like that, it's a building block, Ross. My face is getting frozen too. And it's a symbol of the level of commitment that the province of Ontario has to you, your board, your company, and your investors to keep building the infrastructure to build this project and to rebuild this community, not a camp. So thank you for having me here today. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Greg Rickford. I'm the member of Provincial Parliament for the Great Kenora Rainy River, as a big fan of Equinox Gold, Greenstone, and the Indigenous communities of Treaty 9 that are here today to serve you too. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right, everybody. We are ready for the big groundbreaking, and we're going to get that in just a moment. Yeah. Okay. All right. Things are live, and of course, we want to say hello to all of the people watching from the live stream. And what we're preparing to do here at the moment is we are now preparing to actually take on the groundbreaking. So we are going to ask all of the chiefs, Mayor Beaulieu, Minister Rickford, Ewan Downey, Eric Lamontagne, Ross, Christian, and there he is. Okay, please come along. Okay, now while everybody goes over there, and they have to wear their personal protective equipment, so we have some folks that are going to prepare them. And in the meantime, for the rest of everyone else, I would ask that you please stand up. This was a suggestion by one of our team members, Christine Petch, who happened to mention maybe people will need to stretch and warm up a little today. So, all right. So I would say to you, move your arms, move your legs, do a little bit of moving around in your spot so that you're able to do what you need to do. And in the interim, everybody over at... Oh, apologies. So everybody will be able to prepare. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, everybody. So as they are preparing, we are now going to ask you to please take your seats again. And that's all part of, warming up. If you could please have your seat, and we will get everybody stationed for the groundbreaking. Yes. And for those who are not here presently, in person, we just want you to know that it's actually quite cold. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, it seems that we have everybody ready. We are now going to ask the groundbreakers to please line up. Please pick a shovel. Okay. Okay, everybody. Pick a shovel. Okay. Okay, now we're going to ask everyone else to please sit down. All the other guests, if you could please just grab a seat wherever you are so that we are out of the camera's way, please. All right. Now, on the count of 3, everybody behind a shovel, and on the count of 3, we're going to do it. Okay. Okay, Eric, you need a shovel. We have now found the lost shovel. We are good. Okay, we are getting ready on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go! That's awesome. Okay. Okay, we're going to do it one more time for the cameras. One more time for the cameras. 3, 2, 1, go! Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my God, that's good. Okay. Okay. Une seconde, c'est Charlie qui était censé de... Et là, je vais aller demander. Oh, we should just usually.
Va te réchauffer. Non, mais là, tout le monde, c'est bien correct.
Ok. Ok, je
C'est
pense
bien
que
correct. Là, on va le...
c'est parfait. Ok, good. All right. So, in conclusion, we just wanted to say thank you to everybody who is here today, and also to thank everybody who tuned in through the live stream. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, and may we all get warmer. All right.